makes even more snow.
Hey guys, welcome back. My name is Darian J. Welcome to our little studio. Good evening to those of you in the UK and this side of the world. Good morning, good afternoon to everyone else. So I'm a little bit late tonight. Had some internet issues. My router's been playing up today and it keeps cutting out for some reason. So if I disappear, I apologise now. I haven't had time to have a look to see if I can sort it. So, it's a sitting down session this evening, which is nice. And we're going to be working on a track we've started already. Now, I haven't had time to update my board with new tracks. I've just grabbed... I had a little listen yesterday, I believe, to the 3 takes of the track that I started called Anti-Fragility. And two takes were quite good. One of them is... I'm having trouble with my connections again. So I have to do this manually. So, screen 2, that's what we want. So, 2 of the takes were pretty good. I quite liked. The first of them was the better one. Had more going on. And the second take I did after that, because I felt it was too busy. The first time I tried to be more minimal, and it was a decent take, the second one, but much more minimal, and it wasn't quite as exciting as the first one, so we're going to work on that. And so first things first, let's have a listen, and we'll make some notes for some action points to take following. So here we go. Okay, so let's get rid of the headphones, and we're going to listen to this, work on this through the speakers anyway. So let's go back to my Trello board. Let's make some notes. I didn't. Let me just click discover because I need to get mine. There we go. So, purpose of this. We know the purpose of this is. It's about anti-fragility, and we're basically, there's three parts for the arc. We've got the first third with the introduction of the acid line. We've got the middle section where the keys part comes in. Bum, bum, bum. And then we've got a third part, which is the second acid line. So it's a contrasting acid line. And then we switch back to the previous part, which was the original acid line and the keys laid over the top. So there's four sections, I guess. Yeah, four sections, not three. So first of all, that kick was far too loud. So I'm going to sort that out. Bass, touch loud, possibly as well. Acid line, not enough tension before section changes. Oops. Section changes. Also the keys part, keys sound is really, it's really horrible. Really grating. So I'm going to change that up. It takes too long to get going in the beginning. And also there was something else. Oops. Okay, it takes too long to get going. And also, the pads start too abruptly / late. Okay, so solutions. So kick too loud, that's obvious. We're going to turn that down. Bass to touch loud, turn that down. Not enough tension before section changes. So and also, yeah, not enough contrast between different sections. So I'm just going to put these in order. It's the easiest to do, to the ones that take the longest. Okay, that one's a bit of a rabbit hole. Key sounding a bit wrong is a bit of a rabbit hole. So we're not going to do. We're going to leave that until last because we could be there for ages fiddling around. Pads start too abruptly late. Well, I don't need to find a solution now to do with that. We just bring it in earlier. I think the attack's missing or the automation is off, so we'll fix that. Takes too long to get going. Bring open hat in earlier. So open hat and snare drum or something else in earlier. Not enough tension before section changes, so great longer edits and fade out main part. So I know what I mean by that. Basically, so when we change from the acid to the keys section, I want to drop the acid sound out and let the keys do their thing and have a contrasting section there. And also during the keys section, we'll drop some elements out as well. A fade out main part and rhythm elements. I spelled rhythm wrong there. I think I spelled rhythm wrong there. Rhythm. I always have a problem spelling rhythm. So we're going to create a longer edit. So we're going to just build tension by dropping things away. And people, oh, what's happening? What's happening? And then we'll bring stuff back in when the change happens. Not enough contrast between different sections. So we're going to cut 303 from key sections. First key section. No, both key sections, I think. Sections. Keys sound really grating, so adjust. Filter envelope. So I think that the cutoff might be a bit too high. So we'll have a little tweak with that and figure it out. So let's go. So sometimes I'd add a time limit for each of these things and put on a timer. But I know I'm going to be finishing by 6:30, so we're not a real rush tonight because I'm going to be taking my time, so I'll explain things as I go and not to put myself under too much pressure. Okay, so let's go to Ableton. Here we go. Okay, so here's our arrangement. As I say, it's so simple. These are all very simple ideas, and we are relying on the actual performance for things to work. And we've been practicing with this setup for quite some time now, so I'm getting some decent results from doing it this way. We will try and do some more production-y type sessions as well when creating. I've just subscribed again to a plugin called Arcade called Arcade from Output. It's like £9 a month, and every day there's a new sample pack, or there are new sample packs available that you can play on this player. And I used that a lot last year, and the first 2/3 of the year as kind of like a place to start tracks from, and I found it really good. Some of them, you just basically pick up the most recent sound pack, press any random key, and whatever sound comes out, you have to use it to start the track. So it can be quite interesting. So we're doing some of that rather than just doing performance of the same sounds. I'm going to be swapping sounds in and out as we go as well, and trying some different things out just to keep things interesting for all of us. Okay, so what are we doing? We are right. First of all, let's do the easy things. So kick too loud. So let's go dual screens. You can see over here as well. So it's a really, really powerful kick. So let's get a section where there's a lot of things playing. Loop it up. In fact, I'm just going to solo the bass drums. I'm just going to cut, touch the bass off, and off the bass, and also the kick as well, just a touch. Okay, that's it better. Not quite sure the shortcut on the push to remove all the solos. I'll have to figure that out at some point. Okay, so that'll do. Three of threes are loud. Okay, so that's the kick and the bass. Turn down a touch. Pads start too abruptly late. So let's see why that is. Okay, there we go. There's the pads control. That's better. Done. Nice and easy. Takes too long to get going. Bring open hat and snare drum in earlier. Okay, yeah. So this one is a little bit more tricky. So let's get a bit close up. And let's get rid of this bottom window. Okie dokie. And we can see, if I open up the drums, I'm just going to delete these snare drums because we're not using them. Get these out of the way. Oh, that won't let me. Why won't let me? Delete. Oh, it won't let me for some reason. Okay, so let's have a quick listen. Now, the trick is not to over-listen, and just to listen to what you actually need to. So we've got the first 33 bars here. Let's see what happens. It's interesting because the bass doesn't start till way down here. So we've got a long time for stuff to be happening before the bass comes in. So we've got to try and keep it interesting somehow. Okay, so snare drum should be coming in there. though, doesn't it?
Oh, 'cause there's no drums playing. Okay, so let's bring the drums in from here, and
We'll have to mute the ones we don't need.
Okay, I'm going to mute that closed hat. We don't need that. So let's bring that out. We're just going to draw. As you can see here, all my instruments are being sent to these performance channels. So I'm just going to change the automation for the channels rather than the actual instruments themselves. Saves me messing around with the volumes and getting the mix right when it's kind of okay as it is for now. Cool. Okay, so let's get the closed hat in. That's bar 17.
I'm also going to turn that closed hat down.
And we're going to do that on the channel because that's the actual mix
Levels.
And I'm going to do a little edit on the closed hat there as well. Okay, and the kick comes in a little bit at a time there, so let's just make sure that comes in properly. Oh, not quite sure why it's doing that, but let's move that just slightly. Okay, so it's the REQ stereo, it's not working properly. So that is the filter.
Still very bassy, that kick. So let's turn the 303 off. I'm not sure if it's playing that or not. No, it's not. Okay.
Okay, so I think we need the open hat coming in there. Yeah, because it's coming in a bit late. Oops. So again, just the automation, we're just going to move that. Cool. Okay, that's that done. Now it's still taking a long time for things to get going, but we've got the acid line building.
So there's not much going on here, really. So we're not going to worry about that just yet. So not enough tension before section changes. Create longer edits and fade out main parts and rhythm elements. Okay, so section changes are... Right, I'm just going to take a little bit of time out of there because it comes in at a weird time. So we want this, the rounds part to come in at bar 65. Okay, so this is really the start of section A, so I'm just going to call that section A. This is section B here with the keys. And then the change is here, I think. Okay, so it's a bit confusing because we've got how long is that? It's 32 bars. Okay, so we've got 16 bars there. We've got 16 bars there, and the pads overlap. So maybe we'll bring the pads in here instead. So I'm just going to try the bass coming in earlier as well. I think it's just there's too little going on between bar 33 and bar 65, and it's not really a driving enough track to carry that long without something else coming in. So I'm just going to bring that bass in earlier. So we've got the bass, then we've got the rounds lead coming, then we've got the pads. So in this section with the pads, we need to drop some elements out to create a bit of tension. So I think we drop some percussion elements. What have we got in percussion? Oh, we've got a pad sound, a riser, which we haven't used in this. Okay, so we'll do that. Okay, so let's... What else is going on in this? Oh, no, it's drums. I want this bit. Oh, so it's just toms and that. So the drums... So we can drop the closed hat out. So let's mute the closed hat. I'm just going to do it in the clip this time, just to quicken things up.
And also I'm going to drop that snare knock out. And then we're going to do a nice long edit. So we're going to bring the kick out for a good few bars here. And then we're going to kill the 303 there, because on our list we've got not enough contrast between different sections. Cut 303 from key section. So I'm just going to do that now. I know I'm skipping ahead, but I'm just going to do that now while we can. So just 0 is a mute clip for those of you who don't know your shortcuts. Okay, and then from that, we're going to go into the different 303, I think. So I think we need a bigger spot delay on the key section just to overlap. So I'm just going to record that in. Okay, so that kind of comes in a bit of a random time. That's what we want. We want that level. Bring acid in there. But what we need to do, we need to extend that bit by 8 bars to make it 16. So we're going to duplicate time, but then we're going to drag this out so it still has the rise in the 303. We're not removing that in the audio here. We're just also, let's put a volume riser in here, because just taken some elements out during the break. Again, help create tension. Oh, we can use that riser as well, can't we? Let's record that in. So I keep recording over the 303, so let's turn that off. Okay, we don't want that. Don't want the riser to stop so suddenly, so we're just going to remove the notes from the following bar and then bring in, just leave the volume up. We can also add, let's record a sentence as well. So we've just done a spot delay. So we've sent that percussion channel to the hall reverb effect and a little bit of echo as well. So there should be a little bit of an overhang. Nice. So it's nice, quite subtle. Okay, that'll do for now. Okay, so so what about the next section? So the next section with the keys. Just need to bring the noise down. Sorry, the volume down on that noise after it's finished. So we're going to cut the 303 for the keys again. Or do we need to do that? Or we keep it together? No, we'll keep it in because we didn't say we were going to change that. Cut 303 from keys. I did say cut 303 from keys sections, but it did sound a little bit bare. And the synth. Okay, no, stick to our guns. Let's take it out. Maybe keep the rounds going for longer. Okay, let's cut the rounds there. So we just have the slight overhang. then we go back to the first section, so the A, the A section again. So that's A. A, B. So this section is C, isn't it? Because it's a different. So A, B, C, and then we're going to go back to B. Oops. So we've got A, B, C, B, A. That's the structure. Cool. Okay. So, what are we doing? Not enough. I'll get it. Fade out my side with it. Okay. So we've kind of done that. Yeah, we've done that. So we can tick that off. Not enough contrast between different sections. Cut 3 of 3 from key section. Done that as well. Keys sound really grating. Adjust filter envelope. Okay, let's just sort this key section out. Oops. What's happened there? Best we can. Let's just solo this. Solo. Not sure why it's so kind of squelchy sounding. I'm just adjusting the envelope on the push, but it doesn't seem to be doing a great deal. Maybe the velocity is just too high on these. So let's have a look, shall we? No. That's quite nice. Let's have a quick look. We've got a few minutes, so let's have a quick look at the actual amp envelope. It's the odd note that's really bad, so let's just turn the headphone icon off on there. Just going to solo it again because it's really annoying hearing everything else all the time.
So I'm just bringing the velocities down on some of these notes because okay, that'll do. That last bit is a bit weird. I know what it is. It's the key tracking on the actual synth. I think there may be a setting. The higher the note is, the more it adds. But I'm not that clued up with this kind of thing, so it's difficult to tell. Clock LFO. Retrig. No, there doesn't seem to be a key tracking option, which is weird. Direct. No. Oh, that's a bit scary. No, okay, that'll do. Why is that one so loud? Maybe. Maybe it's too high up. That's a bit better. That's a bit nicer, isn't it? Cool, that's sorted that problem out. Took a while. It just doesn't like those high notes, that sound. We'd afford to turn that up a bit now, I think. Let's just do it with the mouse. Okay, that'll do. Key sound really great, it can just filter envelope. Okie dokie, done. So, that's it for now. As I said, this is an early session. Oh, I know what I'm going to do. I noticed when I was doing this, the 303 ends a bit abruptly when it stops and changes, so I'm going to do a bit of a spot delay on there, only to make it a little bit more, little easier to listen to when we listen back. Not because I think it needs it to be finished, because we're not trying to finish it, we're just trying to get it to a state that we can listen to and decide what else needs to be done and whether it's getting closer to done state. So, there's the 303 channel. There it is. So, mix mode.
So I'm just going to do an echo delay on the last bit of three. Try that again. It wasn't quite loud enough. Same with the next one, but this one I'm going to do a more messed up delay. Add the classic echo to that as well, just like I did with the other one. So we've got 2 layers of effects. Didn't quite catch it there, so I'm just going to move that back manually. Cool. Just checking the end of the keys section when it finishes. Cool. Okay, that'll do. As I say, we're not looking to finish this in one fell swoop. We're just looking to finish those things on our list and bounce out. Because remember, this is the first session we're working on this after the original creation of the idea. So anything more, if you spend any more time than kind of ideal, if you're working on your own and you're not talking to people on camera, then 25 minutes focused work before having a break. Let me just save this, and so I'm going to put this into my in progress folder, and then we're going to bounce it out, and we're going to bounce it out as an MP3 because it's not finished yet, that's for sure. So we don't need to bounce it as a WAV, we just need to actually, yes, I can put it in my in progress folder as well. So I've got the same folders for my projects as I have for my the audio bounces, the actual exported files, but not in the same folders. I like to keep them separate, just to keep things organized. Okay, so while that's bouncing out, so what was I saying? Yeah, we're not trying to finish the track in one go. If you're working on your own, then my advice is, set a timer for 25 minutes. At the end of that 25 minutes, stop, have a break, go and do a chore, do some washing up, put the washing on, do whatever you can do that's not in the studio in front of the computer making music. Don't just get on your phone, because you're not really having a break from it. You're not resting your eyes. Just have a break, and then you can come back to it. But more often than not, 25 minutes is enough time to work through your list if you're quick with the decisions. So do it, that'll do, move on. Do it, that'll do, move on. Don't sit there listening to it over and over and over again. Is that right? And second guessing yourself. Is that okay? Is that perfect? It's never going to be perfect. It's going to be okay. And then when you finish your session, bounce it out. Don't just leave it in the project. You don't want the only time you listen to it is when you're looking at the screen and looking at the project, because you're not going to hear it for a piece of music. You don't listen to it as a piece of music. You're going to look at it, and you're going to hear in what you're looking at. You're going to see the individual parts, and you're going to hear the individual parts. You're not going to hear it as a whole. So you mustn't do that. Listen to do that as little as possible, especially during the creation part of it, stage of it, I should say. You want to be building this up quickly, moving on. Not second. So don't give yourself time to second guess yourself. Don't give your brain the time to start fearing what you've done. You want to wait till you've done it and then start doubting it. It's much more fun, but at least you finished it, so don't worry. Okay, so while that's bouncing out, all that's left for me to say is thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe or follow the channel, whatever it is, and catch me here on Thursday morning, 7:30 a.m. UK time, for another creation session. I'll be working on the track we started this morning, which is quite exciting actually. I spent a lot more time starting that idea, so it's a bit more, it feels a bit more accomplished. There's a bit of a banger as well, which is unusual for me. So we're going to do a take of that. I'm going to do a take in the morning, and then I'll do a second take on Thursday morning when you guys are watching. And then Thursday evening, we're going to have a mix, play some tunes, maybe try out one or two of my tracks if they fit. If not, we'll just have a mix, see how it goes. So join me here on Thursday morning, and if not, I'll see you here Thursday evening. So 5:30 p.m. UK time on Thursday evening. So I'm here Tuesday and Thursday, 7:30 a.m., 5:30 p.m. UK time. So thanks again. I'll catch you next time. Cheers, guys.
And it collects even more snow.